Virgo, welcome to your in-depth read for yours and theirs. For those of you who may have missed the mid-month check-in for January, I announced the brand new schedule change. Essentially, all signs will get a reading once a week, with the check-ins now being for the weekend. I'm excited by the new schedule, and I hope you are too. If you'd like to see the schedule for yourself, it will be listed in its new state in the description box. And then also, I will link off the video in the description box as well if you'd like to have the original reference. Yeah? I hope you are doing well. Now, just as a reminder, I know my regular collectives, my regular Virgo collectives, you know what's up. Yours and theirs does not have to be about a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. It's whomever fits that dynamic as I'm describing it. Okay, so that could be family member, friend, etc. It's up to you. So take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse energies as you see fit. Yeah? Yeah, there you go. And do keep in mind, just because it says Virgo in the title doesn't mean it's for you. That's the thing about collective readings, guys. It may not apply at all. This is normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. What's going on, please, for Virgo? Show me Virgo. Show me Virgo. What's going on, please, for Virgo? Show me Virgo. Okay. Let's put down that baseline for you. We're going to start with your side, as I just said, but reverse those energies as you see fit. Okay, 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, and the Star. You yourself personally, even though you are very experienced and you are someone who says, ultimately, I'm more comfortable with myself than not, you are showing me a reflection of pain. 5 of Cups, sadness. There's sadness in you. But overall, you're saying that you're doing well and that you have a vision in you too with the Star. Okay, let's keep going. Temperance. The 9 of Swords and the 10 of Pentacles. I have someone surrounding you saying they want to work through things. Okay, there's a sense of foundation here, stability here, and they would like to get things back into a more operating state. Okay, a higher functioning state, I should say. And Temperance of the 9 of Swords, the willingness to heal one's thoughts, anxieties, and fears around a particular subject. Okay, that involves the both of you, but also stability here. Okay, keeping that in mind. Shared 9 of Wands, mutual frustration, mutual disappointment, but also the willingness on both sides to try to work through things, even if it's egregious or difficult. Okay. So I can tell that we've had some 9 of Wands and the 4 of Cups. The literal definition of those two is ongoing emotional dysfunction or dysregulation. You're both disappointed, and neither one of you really knows what to do to resolve it or resolve it. They are showing me a willingness to heal. You're showing me that you would like to do better for yourself personally, because there's still things in you that you have yet to achieve or that you would like to achieve. We'll see what that is. Okay? And the overview, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're both working through some breakage, disconnectivity. Perhaps we were feeling separated even though we're together. That kind of thing. And there's a lot of disappointment in here, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be the easiest, but that's also life. Real tarot is real life. So if this is already not your jam, or if this is not what you want to hear, okay, check your other placements. Okay? This is for the people who really want an honest reflection of what the heck's going on with themselves and with their person and what's going on between the two of you. All right, that's why we're here. We're going to start with that 5 of Pentacles. Show me 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 that 5 of Pentacles, please. Show me that 5 of Pentacles. Show me that 5 of Pentacles, please. And 4 Cups, 4 Cups. Oh my goodness, I know, we're so upset. Justice, the Lovers, man, there's such a strong desire here to find balance with our person. I don't know how much of a lover's connection it is. I do know that you perceive it as being an important connection regardless of that. Regardless of soul bond activity you're saying, regardless of da-da-da-da-da. In your eyes, energetically, it's a strong connection of some significance to you, if nothing else. And it's very much within you, Justice, to balance yourself, find yourself in it again. You specifically would like to find yourself in it again in a way that functions for you, that feels good for you, that feels healthy for you. And you want your person to feel better too. And the idea is, can we do that on our own? Are we in this together? Are we better separated? Because this is kind of a long-standing issue between you and I. I'd like to find resolution. I'd like to find resolution with you. I need to find it within myself. Is this what I want? Is this what we want? Okay, so you're going back and forth between, is this what I want? Is this what we want? Because it means a lot to me, and hopefully it means a lot to us. But there's also recognition here that we have long-standing emotional issues between you and I. Dysregulation specifically. We're both unhappy in our own ways, and you're both showing me 9s in your own separate ways. You think about this privately, individually, the both of you. okay? And it stresses you both out. The equal stress here is real, okay? But I do know this. You recognize the importance of it. Man, we would love to work through this. I know you would personally. Your Four of Cups is strong in terms of, I understand I'm upset with this situation and that I feel broken from it. But tell me that there's something to work there with, because that's what I'd like to do. I'd like to find balance and justification within this still. I would like to experience it still. Okay. All right, let's keep going with you. Let's see that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. The World, the Moon, Ace of Swords. Okay, what you are showing me want to put a stop to is secrets with yourself. It's a very strong... You want to know what the heck's going on. You want to know what the heck's going on within you and in this situation. What does it really mean to you? You want the truth. You want the truth and nothing but the truth. Ace of Swords. Is there something here to recover still? I really don't want to feel like I'm on my own in this, but sometimes you do. And that's pretty strong. That's a really strong admission here of I want to understand. I don't want to keep avoiding this. So whatever it is that's going on here, avoidance, we understand, is not going to be the solution. You're right, it's not. So we want to stop with that. We want insight. We want the truth. We want real understanding. Let's keep going. You're telling me that you want real understanding to this because it's kind of like I need to know what to do. And I can't do that blind. I agree. Let's take a look at that Five of Cups, please. So I can tell that there's emotional upset and disappointment on both sides. Okay. You're both what looks like in an unhappy place. You recognize it. You want as much information on this as possible so you can figure out what the heck to do. Like I said, is there a chance in hell that we can still balance this so we can still mean something to each other, or is it done? Let's see that Five of Cups, please. We got the Two of Wands, Seven of Swords, the Ten of Cups. So there's an active decision here. It's like whatever it is I do, you kind of feel like if I do something wrong, I could upset more than whatever else is in there with you. So there's a larger construct at play here with the Ten of Cups. And the reason we've been actively avoiding this topic, I think, and we're stopped doing that. We've already addressed that. We're not going to do this anymore. Virgo, the Virgo I'm looking at says you realize avoiding it is not the solution. You know this. And you're willing to look at the nitty-gritty facts of this. You want to. You're saying you can handle it. Nine of Pentacles, I can do this. I can stand up to this. I can look at it for what it is. You're going to need it. And I'll tell you why. I can see why you've actively been avoiding this. You don't want to upset others, but it's upsetting you more to not address it. And this is typically true. It always is true. It's when we do that, I'm going to avoid this so everyone else can get along. You're part of everyone else. So if you're not feeling like you're getting along, it's because you're leaving things that are unaddressed that are important to you. And we don't keep doing that. And for whose sake? To maintain an illusion that all is well? Who does that benefit? Nobody. But I know why we do it. Human beings are very prone to this thinking. If I just keep quiet about it, it won't upset others and I won't have to deal with it. It's kind of a manufacturing default setting, I suppose you could say, human beings have. If I just avoid it, I won't upset anyone else, and that's what matters. No, it's not. It's just an avoidance tactic. So I know that there's more than two hearts at play here for what you were thinking about. I don't want to upset other people. Well, let's not worry about those other people. Let's worry about you and your connection. Okay? Let's take other people off the table. Okay? They can be factored in at a later date when you better understand what you're doing and what your person's doing or the connection's doing. Let's worry about other people later. Okay? Let's talk about you and this person right now. And that's kind of what you were saying as well. I have to stop thinking about how I could upset others, my spouse or my kids. I need to be more direct with this. Okay. All right. Let's see the star. Let's see that star, please. Directness is usually best. And it doesn't mean it's easy. Of course it doesn't. Let's see that star, please. Show me the star. Okay, Nine of Pentacles. There you are, my darling. Six of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Okay, I think it's fair. Yep. The Star. You want to know if you... Here's that Nine of Pentacles again. So you're a Virgo who very much appreciates being a strong individual. I know what I'm doing. I'm experienced, man. Why am I avoiding this? I should have turned around and addressed this a long time ago. Be real with me. Are we still connected in that way, or are we not? Because I want to have hope for us, but I have to have hope for us based in reality. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful thought. Couldn't have summarized it better. Your energy kind of did that for me, so I appreciate it. You want to know, is this still a long-standing vision? The stars, long-standing vision, hopes, dreams, desires for the long, further out. Is this still a star pathway I can look upon in the night sky and rely that it's going to be there? You want to know, does that connection between us still exist? Can I still take a certain level of confidence and pride in this connection? Or am I just showing up for someone else who isn't quite there? Eight of Cups. I don't know who you're assigning that to. Yourself in this connection, or them, or the two of you. It's looking like the two of you. Because it's like if we're both showing up just for the sake of it, is that what either one of us really wants? We have a deep connection, you're saying, and I know that, and it spans time as well. But you keep showing me a strong sense of individuation. More often than not, you feel like you're on your own in what should be a two-sided connection. You keep showing me that you're an individual, that you want to take accountability and responsibility for. Absolutely. I can tell that's part of your particular Virgo process here. You want to kind of stock up and add to or take away from your side of the situation as you best understand it. But you're also saying more often than not, you feel like you're on your own to sort these things out, and you're kind of tired of that. So as much as you don't want to rock the boat, you are going to have to address this. You know it. It's something that you want to take pride in, to say that you address this, that you are trying to deal with it. But you also want to know what you're showing up for. Are we still going to show up for each other in here? Because the time between you and I, we put that aside. Are we still showing up for each other where it counts? Because like I said, it may not be the strongest of connections, but it's been there for a long time. And you want all parts of it to show up, not just certain parts of it to show up. Can we still put all parts of ourselves into this? The authentic self, the emotional self. That's what you want to know. Let's see if we can find out. Okay? Okay. Can we balance this or not? Can we feel better about it? Let's just start there. Can we feel better about each other? Okay, let's just start there. Because when you show up, I want to know that you're showing up in the heart, not just in 3D, right? Let's take a look at that Temperance, please. Show me Temperance, show me Temperance, show me Temperance, show me Temperance, please. Wheel of Fortune, King of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Temperance, they feel pretty good that over time they have a connection with you that they say feels consistent to them. Confidence. They're showing me confidence that over time they have confidence about the flow of this direction, how they experience energetically or otherwise, and its movement too. They say they have confidence in it and it's never faltered. It's like over time it's been proven that between you and I, Virgo, we make it work. And I've always been confident about that, is what their energy is saying. Well, that's nice. Let's take a look at that Knight of Swords, though. That is nice, but, we want it to be confidence that's correct, not confidence just for the sake of it. Okay. So confidence just for the sake of it is just because we've always had a pattern, and things have always measurably been kind of worked out for us. Okay, so this is where we can build up false confidence. All right. So I like the general optimistic disposition that we do all right. We always have a particular flow. We always had a certain direction. I don't want it to be false confidence either, because you're heavily, heavily questioning the emotional connectivity for the long term compared to where it's come from. So someone who generally has that disposition, well, we've always done all right. And I feel confidence about our past experience. Well, what does I say all the time? We need to look at where we are in assessment in present day, not past. If we're going to compare our present day situation to how we used to handle things 10 years ago, we're setting ourselves up for disaster. You work with what you know now, not on what it used to be. So while you have a very strong reflection of what this connection has meant to you over time, you also are not ignorant of the current day realities surrounding it. Keep that in mind. Foreshadowing. Nine of Swords, Nine of Swords. By all means, love the past, but don't get lost to it and don't assume to apply it in present day when you know that's not what you're experiencing, seeing, or feeling. Let's see that person's Nine of Swords, please. Show me that Nine of Swords, show me that Nine of Swords, show me that Nine of Swords. The Empress, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. See, underneath that kind of confidence and kind of general bravado about our connection, and this is how it's always moved, and that's what I take confidence in. Okay? Inside, there's worry about you. Okay? I'm saying the Empress is you, not as them. I'm not saying they're not empowered. What I'm saying is that they see you as someone that they have a very strong standing with, or that you have very strong standing, I should say, in their life. And they want to hold on to you because they personally love you, and that's lovely. But they also understand to some extent that you're dissatisfied. And they're afraid that you're no longer satisfied, even though they personally are. Okay. So they might be happy with the flow of the direction based on past experience and what has led you to up to this point, but they understand that you yourself, they're holding on to you and their personal sense of happiness attached to you, worried that you're not as satisfied as they are. Well, I'd say that's reasonable. Let's take a look at that Ten of Pentacles. So that tells me to some extent that they're aware, even though they probably don't voice these concerns. Let's see that Ten of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, show me that Ten of Pentacles, show me that Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like this person's setting themselves up for false confidence. Well, we've always worked things out. You can't take that for granted. You just can't. You got to check in with your person. I feel like you've been off a little lately with me. Or you upset with me? You got to check in like that. Or is there something else I could be doing? Things like that. And then that would ease that natural, not natural, but those negative thoughts born out of changing circumstances. You know, it's times people change and we got to check in differently, or remember to check in at all to understand if things are different. Case in point, Four of Cups, it's here again. The Emperor, Six of Swords. This person's generally concerned that we are thinking about changing our environment. You know, that because you're unhappy, they strongly suspect you want to move on or change the foundation in some way. They see you as being very empowered, which is good. And you did show me a strong sense of self twice, that you're used to conferring with you and you first. I understand. I respect that process. Everything begins with the self, and I tell that to people all the time. It's really hard to be a couple when you don't know who you are as an individual. Okay, and a half does not equal a whole. It's 1 + 1 = 2. You should be a whole person. They should be a whole person. Okay, and then your two wholes, I know that sounds, but you know what I meant. They need to learn to work together and have more in common than not. Have the similar goals. And you can't have similar goals or understand that you even have similar goals unless you're constantly checking in with each other. And I feel like somewhere along the way, we just kind of took for granted that you two are more or less satisfied and heading in the same direction. It just does not seem to be the case. This person is really concerned that if they actually checked in with you, you'd want to make some changes. So I don't think they asked too many questions. Which is ironic because, you know, if you two were talking to each other, you would tell them, I want to see the long term with you still, but I just feel like you're not emotionally present or that you're even emotionally invested in this anymore. Their concern is that you no longer want to be invested at all in the foundation and that one day you'll pack up and leave. It's a fear. And this is what happens when we take things for granted, that we always work things out. And I expect we always will, or I assume we always will. That's ego getting in the way. That King of Wands doesn't want to hear that there's too many underlying issues, because it's like if I start asking myself questions, I might realize how bad it is. That's what that is. I don't think they're a bad person. I think they're neglectful of the reality, because if they had to turn around and face it, they don't want to know how deep it could go. I don't think you're asking for too much. I don't. I think you want to get back on the same emotional page with this person. so it can get back to its natural flow state. They're thinking if I check in with Virgo, they're going to want to change everything or leave me altogether. So I'd just rather pretend all is well, because it always has been. So I guess what I'm saying here, folks, ladies and gentlemen, talking is a wonderful thing. I can see that you're in that process that Virgo does, that you check in with yourself first. Okay. And you're sorting your stuff out. Cool. Once you get your stuff sorted out, it's going to look like you're going to have to be the prompter in this. Okay. Because like I said, once they start scratching that surface, this person's terrified that they might find out you just want to go all together. I don't think that's the case. I think you just want to hold and get back on that star path vision here of having a deep emotional connection with this person. Because more often than not, you say you feel too much like an individual. They're afraid you're going to want to change life paths altogether. It's a bit dramatic, but this is what happens when you neglect the obvious. You're going to start to come up with all sorts of worst case scenarios. And I'm telling you, this person is prone to worst case scenarios. They got these fears flying around telling them it's true, it's true, it's true, when it's not. So don't take it for granted that all is well, because it's just going to add to the fear. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I know. That's what I do. I'm a broken record. I do go on and on. It's because I want people to listen. I can tell you have a lot of regard for this connection, a lot of time, energy, and effort, and you would still like to see it that way in the long term. Once you're done gathering your thoughts, I want you to prompt it, because this person looks like, if I just deny it or ignore it, it can't be true. And that doesn't work, you know? And they're blowing things way out of proportion about worst case scenario. I don't think you want to leave at all. You told me you just want to get back on the same page with this person. You know, that they still love you and the life. Because the longer it remains unaddressed, the deeper it's driving that wedge of the Four Cups and the Five of Pentacles, and then it will become a permanent break, you know? Let's stop that. Speaking of which, I can tell you both share a hand in this. Four Cups, a couple of times, Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords, etc. Let's say that Nine of Wands, please. Show me that Nine of Wands, show me that Nine of Wands, show me that Nine of Wands. There's that Four Cups. I can tell that you two have been in an emotional rut that's like this. This is why I hate the Four Cups, guys. What I call it, it's an emotional jerk circle. Nothing changes. It's an unbroken circuit until somebody goes like this. They intercede the behavior or the perpetual feeling by addressing it, dealing with it, moving on from it, healing from it. It'll just keep going like this. This is why I hate the Four of Cups. Four, in general sense, it's the first time we see a circle in nature. That's why it's so powerful and it's so dismissed, because it's just the four. Four is one of the hardest patterns to break. Four Cups, Four of Pentacles, and ideally the Four of Wands, relationship energy, can be just as strong to combat all that bullshit, but we got to get two people back on the same page of expression, goal building, and building those goals. That's absolutely one of the reasons why couples stay together, is because they always have a goal to work towards as a couple that has a united front. So you have to be on the same page then to break the Four Cups. And you both have shown me that many times. We're both unhappy. We're both unhappy. Okay, it's time to break that emotional jerk circle. You can go ahead and fault me for having crude language. Check the name of that channel, babe. Now, let's keep going. And that's over the Nine of Wands. Goodness God, it's reinforced over and over again. The Moon, the Eight of Wands. That's what I'm talking about. Everything that's been building up in that Moon, the back tension, the overflow of fears, a lot of fears. It needs to be talked through. This is exactly what I was saying. At some point, we gotta join forces here, man. Instead of insisting upon the divide that I'm unhappy, you're unhappy, let's just both pretend everything's okay. We got to break that. We got to open up and talk about the fears, the resistance. I'm afraid you're not going to change. Well, I'm afraid this person's is afraid that you're going to ask them to change. You're not asking them to change. You're asking them to get back in tune with a feeling that you two used to share. That shouldn't require any change. That means this person needs to get back in alignment with who they are, kind of the way that you like to do with yourself. Okay. This person would really benefit from learning from your example, because I do see you check in with yourself multiple times to see if what you're feeling is real and valid and that you're not crazy. You're not. They could really take a page out of your book and learn some of those skills for themselves. The only thing I disagree with you about is that you withheld from bringing this up because you're afraid of how it's going to look to those around you, family and friends. Again, you need to take that out of the equation. Otherwise, you have a very smooth process. Your family and friends can't function in a dynamic that's pretending to be okay. That's why. So take that off the table. You concern yourself with yourself in this connection. Don't worry about perceived looks. Who gives a shit? It's not their business anyway. Sorry, I'm Scorpio like that. It ain't your business. That's default 100%. My attitude towards anybody who I do not owe an explanation to, and yours too, or it should be. Sorry, I don't normally give advice like that, but no. You want to continue to see the stars with this person, I need you to start talking about the shit you've been avoiding like the plague, okay? There it is again, the 4 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 4 of Cups, goodness me. I should just jump that one. I already have an idea of where it's going to go anyway, but just in case. Show me that 4 of Cups, please. The Magician, the 8 of Cups, the Tower. Yeah, I know. We need radical overhaul of the emotional expression here. You want this to happen. That means breaking this thing wide open and letting all the guts spill out so you can sort through the guts. I know, again, it sounds gross, but there you are. There's that 8 of Cups. It's like, I want to still manifest that you and I are together for a long-term vision, but I need to know that you're still there where it counts. Stop being so afraid that I'm going to ask you to change. I just want you to get back in tune with us. That's not really change, guys. It's getting back into the slipstream of energy you two are supposed to already be sharing. That means this person needs to get back in tune with him. Instead of being like, la-da-da, everything's well, and that's the face I'm going to continue to present. That's not working. So we need to radically, with the Tower, blow that crap up and say, hey, we need to get reinvested in each other where it counts. Stop banking on family and friends as a rescue for avoiding the issue that is us. 100%. This is tough love right here. Let's see that 6 of Pentacles, please. Show me that 6 of Pentacles. Show me that 6 of Pentacles. Show me that 6 of Pentacles. We need a radical tune-up, honey. And the reason why, honey, you're doing this at all is because this is literally worth saving to you. And I want it to be. I want you to want what you want. I want you to have. It's just, if it was unhealthy, I would tell you, I think that this person needs a confrontation. I think they got used to thinking and believing what they want, pretending everything's okay because they're afraid that you are legitimately going to leave them or you're going to ask too much in terms of change. All I could see that you want is that we need to get back in tune with each other. That's it. I mean, it can't be that hard, or it shouldn't be. The Emperor, the Queen of Pentacles, the 4 of Pentacles. For now, you are showing me that you feel confident in having approached this. I do see you two communicating, and more or less what we've agreed to, at least for your part, and this is where you are showing me comfort zone, is that you are glad that you did something about it, and you are. They're glad that they're doing something about it, okay? You two are trying to get back into a place of balance. That 4 of Pentacles, this person's trying to get more comfortable, okay, and getting reacquainted with your two's particular balance. So your practical day-to-day is really real, but so too are your both emotions are in there as well. So yeah, okay, we're going to have to, in other words, we're keeping an eye on this. You both are trying to find your footing and reestablishing your comfort zones with each other. Okay, I know that's not very glamorous, it's not very sexy. I can see what you want, I can see what they're terrified of, and somewhere in between the two, we need to have a more or stronger realistic look about where you two are in present day. Find your new set point for balance, okay? Your new set point for homeostasis as the couple that you are today and not how you used to be. And that way you can both figure out if this is where you still need to be X many years from now. See? Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. It's looking like we'll be having that conversation relatively soon. For those of you like, I tried, I did all that, then you have your answer. You don't need to watch any more tarot. You have your answer. Do with the information you have with what you will. If you get a bunch of confusing non-committal bullshit, then you have your answer. If you do not have any pledges from your person to try or to find a new balance with you, you have your answer. If you have something that sounds like they're not really into it, you still have your answer. It just may not be the one you want. Okay? For the Virgo I'm looking at, you're still kind of collecting the data. Shark, survival, power. Okay, it was on the sideways. Surviving, continuing to move forward in this. Is it still what I want? Is it still worth pursuing? The key word in this one is pursual. The shark pursues, or otherwise it dies. It keeps swimming or it dies. So you wanting to pursue this, it's a matter of survival between you and I, but we don't want it to be about power. Okay? But should you continue to pursue it, key is on the sideways. A lot of sideways energy here for you. To lock and to unlock. Continue to pursue this. We might be able to lock it or unlock it. You have the key. Both of you have the key. Eye on the sideways. Envy and protection. We don't want to envy anything. We want to protect what we have. But is there any more insight to this? It's all in the sideways. It's all in contemplative. So many of you have not really triggered this conversation yet, but hopefully you will soon. Like I said, I am seeing it for many of you sooner rather than later. All right. I think the key here, though, lies between the both of you, obviously, as it should. Is this thing worth pursuing? Do we have the power to make it work? For some of you, last July was critical. For some of you, upcoming July. Within 10 years, I'm seeing this comprehensively as the relationship overall, which would kind of explain the kind of faux stagnation and the lack of development in the assumed energies here. I am seeing a lot of assumed energies, like I already know how this is going to play out, particularly from their side. So that tells me how long you two have been together. Okay. All right, guys. All right, Virgo honey, I hope this helped you. Like I said, a little conversation can go a long way. It's looking like they need the confrontation and perhaps would even welcome it. Because this person who really wants to reassure themselves that all is well and they're not trying to look for proof otherwise probably would be relieved, I would think, by the invitation of this conversation. Okay. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.